It is storming down here in the great state of Texas. Look at this. My alley is basically flooded. Look at that. Crazy. And one of the main reasons why I even purchased this house was due to the fact that it came with a existing covered carport. So even though it's raining, I can still go out here, get stuff out the car. I don't have to worry about getting rained on when I'm leaving and it's raining. Very, very functional for me and how I live my life. And it brings me to this understanding of how important it is, man, to stay prepared, to actually be able to make those future decisions at the very moment. When I looked at this house, I said, damn, this is going to be very functional for me, and I don't have to worry about certain elements whenever they come to pass, right? So before we get this week started, we got to make sure that we are plotting, planning, and executing everything before the work week starts. This is why being proactive is very important. This is why you got to make sure you start thinking about things way into the future, so when those moments come, you already know how to adapt and adjust to the climate. That rain is pouring down like a motherfucker right now, man. And I just got done shaving, so I'm looking good, I'm feeling good, and I'm ready to attack the week. Regardless if it rains or not, I am prepared. Tuesday content is coming up right now. Good day, good people. It's AT Malone, the first of my name because the second is already here. If you haven't already, please like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell for more videos from your boy. Now, as you've seen in my little mini vlog, it is storming like crazy down here in Texas. And I hope that it lets up in a few hours so I can have a good commute picking my son up and taking him to his training that he has. And I'm actually going to put a video together, post it on this channel, and also add it to his playlist titled AJ's Basketball Journey. So look out for that, man. And I hate driving in the rain, and it's not because of me. It's because of other people. What I've realized living down here is even if it drizzles, people act like they just got their license. They don't know how to drive at all. You gotta be extra cautious. You gotta keep your head on the swivel. You know, you gotta just watch your left and right the whole time that you're driving because people will be speeding, not paying attention. And I'm not trying to wreck my car or endanger myself, let alone my son, man. So it's always a cautious tale whenever you are driving in the rain through the storm. So I think people just need to be more mindful of their surroundings and what decisions, if it's a wrong decision that they make, how that could affect somebody else's life. You gotta stop being so damn selfish and self-centered and just be mindful of your fellow man, right? But today, you know, it's preparation day for your boy. I go to work tomorrow. So, of course, you see how I'm nice, clean, shaved, you know, send a picture over to the lady. So she, you know, giving me the heart eyes and kissy faces because she ready to see her sexy man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, we preparing. I'm almost done with everything on my list of things to do. And this is what we do, man, on a regular basis. We remain consistent. We remain focused. We never fumble bags. And we just got to do everything necessary to reach the next level in life. What do I mean by the next level in life? Listen, there's places that I want to go. I want to get more stamps on my passport. I want to be able to continue to show my son a different life that I did not have growing up, as well as continuing to build good business relationships with people in the existing relationships that I have with my friends or counterparts or family members. I want to continue to build on top of those. And if I meet new people, you know, along the way, that's cool too. So that's just what we're on, man. We're not dealing in negativity. we're only looking at the positive aspects in life, all right? So with that being said, you know why we are here. We are on the richest man in Babylon, and we are on chapter 8, titled The Camel Trader of Babylon. So this chapter starts off with a guy named Tarkad. He has gone 2 days without food. He's walking through the marketplace, looking, smelling, realizing how much food was there. He goes to an inn, hoping to find someone that he knows that could loan him copper coins before the keeper makes him go away. He comes face to face with Bansir, the camel trader. Now, Tarkad owes Bansir money. And just like a degenerate, behaved young man that Tarkad is, he's avoiding him. But Bansir sees him and approaches him, and he asks if he would repay him the 2 pieces of copper that he loaned him. Tarkad replies he doesn't have the money to repay him. Bansir tells him, then go get it. You know, I'm sure that you can get a hold of a few copper coins and silver to repay the generosity of an old friend when you were in need. And then Tarkad makes an excuse saying ill fortune is the reason he can't pay him. Now, don't you guys hate people who make dumbass excuses on their misfortune? Especially when they owe you money. I cannot stand that. This is why I don't really do that loaning money type of thing, man. And we don't do excuses in my household at all. And it boils my blood when, let's just say my son has a bad game and I ask him every game, what did you do good at? And he'll tell me what he did good at. And then I'll ask him, what did you do bad at? And he just gives me these dumbass excuses on why he might have sucked that game. And I just dig into him. Why? Because men don't make sorry ass excuses for why they cannot complete tasks or do things or be held accountable for their actions and decision making. So, when I read that, it just drove me crazy for a second. But anyway, Bansir calls him out saying that he's weak for using the ill fortune as an excuse. And ill fortune pursues every man who doesn't want to pay back a loan. Now imagine this. You know people, I'm pretty sure, that have defaulted on a loan. Let's just say stop making their car payments, and instead of just returning the car, they hide the car in their garage or somewhere else so that the tow truck guy doesn't come and take it back. It's the same damn thing. I don't like that type of behavior, and I don't even like people around me that participate in stuff like that, right? Because you're avoiding accountability. So he tells Tarkad to come with him because he's hungry and he's going to tell him a tale. So they go to this eating house and Bansir orders food and orders Tarkad a glass of water. See, that's the asshole mentality that I would do. If I knew somebody that owed me money and I know they was hungry and they was looking malnourished, I would probably do the same thing to teach them a lesson. This way, they will remember that experience and not put themselves in that situation again. So I love that he did that. So he tells Tarkad that he's heard from a traveler who came back from Urfa of a certain rich man who had yellow windows placed inside his home. He looked through them and the outside world looks strange. So I'm thinking it's kind of like some stained glass window type of thing. But he asked Tarkad what he thought about that. But Tarkad didn't care. Why? Because Bansir had this whole plate of food right in front of him. And you know, Tarkad hasn't eaten for 2 days. So everything that Bansir is telling him and asking him, it's just going in one ear and out the other, right? So Bansir tells him he's going to tell him a tale about how he has seen the world in different colors and how he was able to see the right ones. Other people that were at this eating house heard that Bansir was going to tell a tale. So they grabbed their food and got closer to him to hear the tale. And Tarkad is the only one that does not have food, over there looking stupid with his glass of water, right? So he tells the patrons that the tale is about his early life, and he also lets them know that he was once a slave in Syria. Everybody is surprised because Bansir is a rich man now, right? Who would have known? All right, so Bansir continued his story while still eating in front of Tarkad, and he said that he was young and he learned the trade of his father making saddles. He worked in a shop and got married as well. He earned enough to support, his wife modestly. Shopkeepers trusted him to pay back the money that he borrowed from them. But this is what happened. He started living beyond his means, buying luxuries for his wife and his home. Guys, never, ever, ever compromise the lifestyle that you're living, whatever that is. If you are a minimalist, if you're a person that lives way far below your means, if you're not into luxury, even if you are into luxury, never adjust your lifestyle for a woman. The woman is supposed to come into your life. I don't care what social media tells you, what your friends tell you, your family tell you. This is the hardcore truth. You are the one that is the architect of your life. You build it up yourself, and the woman comes into your life and she becomes an asset to you. You do not sit over here and completely change the way that you're living to appease a woman. You're out of order. That's not displaying leadership, and it will be your downfall, okay? So, he started living beyond his means, buying these luxuries for his wife, and then he was paying the shopkeepers while he was doing this for a while. But the lifestyle caught up to him. Creditors started pursuing him to pay back what he borrowed for these extravagant purchases. He borrowed from family and friends, but he couldn't pay him back either. Things got so bad that she went back home to her father's. And remember this, guys. 9 times out of 10 that most women are only loyal to their own self-interest. And when times get bad, they are probably one of the first people to jump ship 9 times out of 10. Exceptions do not make the rule. It is, and I don't have an issue with it, because if our job and our responsibility is to provide and protect and provision, once things get a little rocky, their imaginary hourglass goes upside down, and you only have a small period of time to make that adjustment, because a woman's biology is self-preservation. Guess what? That's life. It's the God honest truth, and I respect it. I might not agree with it, but I do understand it. So you only have a small window to make that adjustment to correct whatever is happening in your life before she pieces out on you, all right? So he left Babylon to start over after she left. For 2 years, he was unsuccessful being a caravan trader. Then he became a robber of caravans, because that's what they do. When things get tough, get hard, the coward thing to do is just to start robbing people, right? So the first heist that he participated in was successful, but the second one, he got captured and sold into slavery. So he got purchased by a Syrian desert chief, and he used them as a eunuch for his 4 wives. Oh my God, talk about emasculation, man. So they locked him, they looked at him up and down, trying to decide what to do with him. One wife spoke up. Her name was Sira, and she needed someone to guide her camel in order to visit her sick mother. So his master asked him if he knew anything about camels. Bansir replies that he knows how to make them kneel, load them, guide them, and repair their trappings. So the master turned him over to Sira. They left the same day. He gave her, his backstory, and also thanked her for, allowing him to come with her. But this is the thing, and this is what I loved about it, all right? So he told her that he was once a free man and a saddle maker, but this is what she told him. She says, "How can you call yourself a free man when your weaknesses brought you to this?" Boy, cooked them bad. And she also says, "If you have the soul of a slave, born a free man or not, you will become a slave. And if you have a soul of a free man, you should become respected and honored in your own city in spite of your misfortune. And that's where I stop. What she's basically talking about, guys, is character. It does not matter how much money that you have. You could be a guy that's just making ends meet, but if you carry yourself with integrity, honesty, you're living in truth, you're not compromising who you are as a person to appease anybody, to fit in, that's going to take you further than a rich guy that's sitting over here stunting, perpetrating, because there are such things as rich losers. All of the guys that be flying all of these women out, this is what me and my partners call them, rich losers, because the average everyday man that isn't super rich making six figures, we are still out here winning, guys. Believe it or not, because if she going, she going. If she buys into what you are presenting, it don't matter how much money you make. It doesn't matter what kind of car you drive. It don't matter. People respect other people who are genuine and have a level of not only respect for themselves, but their peers. People pay attention to that. So maybe you are rich financially, but if your spirit is poor, it's going to display itself sooner or later. All right? I cannot wait to finish the second part of chapter 8 because it is going hard as hell. I appreciate everybody watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will catch y'all next week on Tuesday. Peace.